halfway through the season, B. We are halfway through the season. And I want to ask our viewing audience this first. If you clicked onto this video, thank you for watching with us. Why don't you head down to the comments section right now? Why don't you tell us who you think your Heisman favorite is right now? Who do you think deserves to take home the trophy for being the best player in college football? Why down there, leave a like, give a subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications. We're going to give our picks right now. B, I'm going to have you go first. Who is your Heisman favorite halfway through the college season?
Man, this is tough. Because the underlying tones of the Heisman usually is the quarterback for one like the best teams. Sometimes it's not a quarterback, but most times it is, and usually it's from a team that's like very, very good, right? So I'm trying to think of like, obviously we all know the clear front runners in terms of like stats, right? Then I'm trying to predict, okay, what team do I think has a chance of like making the playoffs, or at least like winning their like conference, right? Because again, it has to be a very good team. I'm looking at the odds here on FanDuel to kind of help me with my decision here. I'm gonna go with it's not really a sleeper, but I think you know where I'm going with this. I'm going with Michael Penix Jr. His stats right now is off the wall, and I'm putting my early prediction that they can get past USC this season and win that Pac-12 conference. And if they do, they have a good chance of making the playoffs. So I'm going to go as right now. It's easy to say Caleb, but I'm going with Michael Penix Jr. Give me that sleeper pick.
Yeah, I picked Michael Penix Jr., but let's make it a little more interesting. And you know what was
fucking Brendan? You fucking fucked up my decision.
No, but we can still get into that in a minute. But yeah, I'll just follow up on yours. Yeah, he's statistically leader in a lot of categories. He's got 2,000 yards through 5 games. He's averaging about 400 yards a game, playing almost 75% of his passes. He's got 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The Huskies are 5-0, and they're ranked 7th in the country. They average 46 points a freaking game. They average 450 passing yards per game. The biggest disadvantages and things in his path right now are obviously Caleb Williams has more touchdowns, a better rating, and more like splash plays. Like he makes more highlight material. And the biggest issue is, I'm sure a lot of fans are probably screaming right now at the screen. Who have they played? They haven't played anyone. They played Michigan State as maybe their best win so far this season, and that was right after their head coach got fired. So, if you're looking at it like that, it's like, okay, well, yeah, he's doing these great things, but like, who is it really against? Boise? You kind of start to see and have to like call it into question. I was going to try to quickly change up my pick because you were saying, oh, well, the best team in the country, the quarterback of that team usually wins it. And I was thinking, Quinn Ewers. There we go. Subtle plug. Dude turns his life around going to the season, cuts the mullet off, looking good. Let me check the score before I put my foot in my goddamn mouth. And it's a good thing I did because Oklahoma just upset Texas in the Red River Showdown. 34-30. Oklahoma won.
Pissed.
Yeah,
I'm so pissed.
That takes my Ewers pick out.
I had that Texas money line. They fucked it up.
Yeah, so that takes Ewers out of the conversation for me. I was thinking maybe Shedeur Sanders might be in the conversation, but with 2 losses against Oregon and USC, and potentially a couple more coming up this season, it's hard to pick him. Caleb Williams, I mean, that feels like the easy layup, but you know what? I am going to stick with my pick of Michael Penix Jr. We've kind of those are the arguments against all of them. Michael Penix Jr. has to be the clear favorite right now. The rest of the season gets tougher from here on out. They still have, I believe, Oregon on their schedule. They still have USC on their schedule. I believe they still play Washington State, who's been, outstanding. I mean, Washington State has not been getting the recognition I think they deserve. Cam Ward's done a job up there.
Cam Ward, he is good. Right now.
Yeah.
He is good.
Oh, he's the transfer from Incarnate World, right? He played in the FCS last year.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Knocked out Sac State.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he transferred to Washington State this year. He's been outstanding, dude. And who knows? Maybe he might just end up winning the Heisman, depending if Washington State can keep on their current track. They're playing UCLA right now, but they're ranked 13th. I mean, he's got them dudes ranked 13th. Washington State's not getting the respect they deserve. But yeah, Washington's got a tough second half of the schedule. We'll see if these numbers hold up for Michael Penix Jr. but I think it's hard not to put him as the clear Heisman favorite. But it feels like definitely a weaker class this year. There hasn't been any clear stand out above the rest kind of guys. Even Caleb Williams hasn't been that that ahead of the pack in anything.
Well, I think it's because too, like the three front runners right now, at least on FanDuel odds, is Caleb, Michael Penix Jr., and then Bo Nix, and they're all in the same conference. Like the Pac-12 right now, it's just loaded. And we're going to find out a lot about Michael Penix Jr. and our Washington team here pretty soon, because next week they play at home against Oregon.
Yeah, and who's Oregon played so far? I know they beat Colorado. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, Colorado. Give me one second here. Who else have they played?
I think they might be on a bye this week. I can't find their schedule pretty quick here. So
1 second, y'all. They have a gauntlet too. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, pretty much all the Pac-12 is back. Their schedules are the back half of these. All the games are the back half of the schedules.
They put like an 80 burger on Portland State for the first game, and then they played Texas Tech, Hawaii, Colorado, Stanford. But then they have a tough 3-week span here against Washington State, and then Utah. They have a down week against Cal, and then they play USC. So they have a little gauntlet coming up here.
I mean, I feel like it's safe to say in the next 3 or 4 weeks here, the Heisman is going to be won by either Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, or Michael Penix Jr. Or again, surprise sleeper pick potentially Cam Ward. I mean, again, if Washington wins out the rest of the season, they beat Oregon, they beat Washington, they beat USC. I'm sorry, I'm shipping that thing to Cam Ward. That if they pull that off, but. Yeah, for me right now at this point, it has been Michael Penix Jr. No one's played anyone. It's been a cupcake first half of the schedule for the Pac-12. But it'll definitely, I think, in the next three weeks here, definitely easily be decided. But I mean, again, it's that's what it is. What it is. You play the people on your schedule. But you tell us what you think. Is Michael Penix the leader right now? Did we get this right, or do you think it's somebody else that we haven't mentioned? In fact, I want you to do one better. Tell me what you think the realistic chances of Cam Ward it has of winning the Heisman. Tell us in the comment section. If this is where we're losing you. Thanks for joining us. Hit the like button, subscribe. We do this all the time. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
We're everywhere.
We're
you guys
Twitter,
can find us everywhere. Like and
everywhere
sub, please.
Everywhere you look, you can find us. Until next time, guys.